Rise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Hand counting votes takes all night in Calhoun County, but election officials say it was worth the wait. And no clear winners in key Texas races as state senator, lieutenant governor, and attorney general contests head to the runoffs. And accusations fly as lawmakers question Kristi Noem about luxury jets, personal relationships, and domestic terrorism claims.
And coming our way this weekend, we are still expecting some possibly heavier rain and some storms, but some of those storms now might be strong or severe. We'll talk about that in weather coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and welcome to your Thursday morning.
Your Thursday, Friday Eve. We're
That's
so
right.
close to the weekend in that rain.
I know, and
Gosh,
I'm feeling
so
like
excited.
I'm going to keep cooking. I made like a fun open-faced mushroom mozzarella cheese sandwich last night.
That's right. Don't believe that. You can go to her Facebook and go watch her story.
I'm going to keep cooking all weekend.
There you go.
It'll be nice with the rain.
Well, that would be really nice with the rain. I love the sound of raindrops hitting my roof while I'm doing anything out there, but that's not going to be here until this weekend because what we're starting out with this morning, you could probably guess, we are warm and humid once again. All of that thanks to our winds still out of the southeast and breezy. Right now we're starting out the day low 70s, 72 degrees out in Victoria County. Dew point is 3 degrees off at 69, bringing us to high 91% humidity, which is technically enough to see some light fog, but there's no fog out there. Why? Because there's a wind sustained at 17 miles an hour out of the south-southeast right now in Victoria, but gusts have been reported at 25 miles an hour at times. And with a breezy wind upon us, that's providing us with mixing in the atmosphere. So there's some drier air kind of filtering in with the humid air. That means no fog this morning. Talk about those winds again. You can see they're about sustained 15 to 20 with higher gusts. That's going to be even breezier later today. So those kiddos heading out the door, they're going to need to hold onto their hats and drink water because we're still warm. Those details next.
You can never be too accurate when it comes to counting votes, and that was the philosophy this primary election in Calhoun County. As of Wednesday morning, the citizens of Calhoun County were still waiting for the results of Tuesday's primary election for the Republican ticket. Although it took many long hours to count and recount each vote. Cindy Krause with the Republican Party of Calhoun County says this was the best way to make sure each vote is counted and recorded accurately.
We have found some discrepancies within our voting machines where it didn't pick up votes that they said were blank, and they weren't really blank. They were just, you couldn't tell the voter's intent. And while we get better and better at machines, we have a lot of people within the community that want to make sure that they are part of the system and they want transparency within the elections.
The Calhoun County Elections Office released the countywide vote count for all precincts that were cast Tuesday around noon Wednesday, and there were a total of 1,739 early votes cast. And we did receive those final results from Calhoun County in the race for Calhoun County Judge. Vern Lisi, who was appointed to the position in 2024 after the passing of Richard Meyer, has secured his first election win. There will also be one runoff election in Calhoun County for the Precinct 2 County Commissioner. Candidates Michael Balaka, who received 29% of the votes, now directly faces Ronnie Best, who took home 42% of votes. Texas primary elections conclude with both parties selecting their November candidates. Several state races head to the runoffs, including state senator, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, after no candidate received the required 50%. Victoria County saw 21% voter turnout, matching the same participation rate from 4 years ago.
Well, I think some things that the common man can do is to talk to those politicians or those would-be politicians that are running in November and volunteer to go and be on their team.
Victoria County Republican Party Chair Bill Posey says runoff elections provide voters additional time to research candidates before making their decision. The primary runoff election takes place Tuesday, May 26th. Several Republican primary races are headed to a runoff, including a race for senator and attorney general. In the runoff for Senate incumbent John Cornyn, he'll now directly face current attorney general Ken Paxton. Cornyn led with almost 42% of votes, and Paxton fell closely behind with close to 41%. Whoever wins the runoff will go off to face Democratic candidate James Tallarico. For Attorney General, Mace Middleton takes on Chip Roy. Mace led with 39% of votes, Roy falling behind with over 31% of primary votes. The winner will face State Senator Nathan Johnson, who won the Democratic primary. The runoff election will take place May 26th. Refugio County will have a new judge in November after current county judge Sheila Gigi Pointer was defeated in the Republican primary. Pointer earned just 44% of votes compared to 56% of votes going to competitor Richard Jankowski. There were no Democrats on the primary ballot. This was Pointer's first term as county judge. It was a second straight heated hearing on Capitol Hill for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuigi with the questions Noem faced about her personal relationships and taxpayer money spent on jets.
Things got fiery and personal during a second day of hearings on Capitol Hill for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
You spent $172 million to buy not one, but 2 luxury jets for your travel, and now you're using taxpayer funds to lease a 3rd jet.
Noem defended the jets, saying they were approved by Congress. Some Democrats also pressed her about Corey Lewandowski, who serves as a special advisor.
Have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today. You go off and you attack conservative women, and you say that we're either stupid
I haven't
or
said
we're
anything.
sluts.
All right, so listen.
And that's what you do.
The topic turning to immigration enforcement and the killings of Alex Preddy and Renee Good in Minnesota.
And I want to give you a chance before the entire country to correct your false and defamatory claim. Based on what you know today, Madam Secretary, were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
The secretary not directly answering the question.
My condolences to their families, because I know that their lives will never be the same.
Some Republicans criticizing the hearing and supporting Noem.
I apologize for the way you've been treated.
Much of the Homeland Security Department remains shut down. Democrats are holding back funding, demanding reforms to immigration enforcement. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
For more local news, weather, and sports, come to crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:38 on our Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. New shopping options arrive as 4 major retailers prepare to open locations around town.
A political battle playing out in Washington, D.C. over the war in Iran. I'm Nicole D'Antonio with the details and the moment on Capitol Hill that turned violent.
And also coming up next after the break and the short-term forecast, you heard me say we're going to be breezy again today with gusts up to 30 at times. But with winds out of the south, we're warm again before that rain gets here this weekend. So coming up next, we'll talk about the warmth and later, the rain. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Thursday, Friday Eve. Once again, we're almost to the weekend where we're still expecting some rain, and I promise y'all we're going to talk about that in the next weathercast, because over the next 48 hours, we're still looking for just about the same weather as we've had pretty much all week long. Warm in the afternoon, a little bit of cloud cover, and also breezy, which I guarantee you're going to notice that once again today and tomorrow. Now, under the winds that are still out of the south-southeast today, it's going to provide us with some humidity to work with some slight, slim to none rain chances. Today, I've actually dropped it down to 10%, 1-0, meaning there might be like 1 or 2 showers out there somewhere today, and it's going to be in the morning time that we have that 10% chance. As you can see, maybe, like I said, 1 or 2 showers out there somewhere. Also in the morning time, we're going to be looking mostly cloudy, as you can see right there. But for the rest of the day, cloud cover will be on the decrease. So by noon, that means we'll be partly to mostly cloudy. About the afternoon time, we'll be looking partly cloudy. So with that sun coming out in the afternoon time, make sure you got your sunglasses packed. But also with the sun coming out in the afternoon, that's what's going to warm us up later. What's funny is actually our main warming mechanism today is going to be winds out of the south because we're cloudy in the morning. Temperatures by 9 looking at low and mid 70s, noontime right around 80 degrees flat, but this afternoon time when the sun comes out, we'll keep on warming up a bit more. We'll look for highs today in the low and mid 80s, which believe it or not is still 10 degrees above where we're supposed to be. Before overnight tonight, we're about 20 degrees above. And the next 48 hours, we're about the same with warm and breezy weather before the rain and storms get here this weekend. And we'll talk about that next.
In Washington, more questions about the timing of this war. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the story.
This morning, the Pentagon marking the first 100 hours of the war in Iran by releasing this video showing strikes on multiple Iranian targets.
We are also sinking the Iranian Navy, the entire Navy.
The Trump administration saying this is just the beginning of the war, and now a victory for the White House.
The motion to discharge is not approved.
Republicans in Congress defeating an effort by Democrats to rein in President Trump's war powers. The measure would have prevented further military action without congressional approval, but Senate Republicans pointing out past presidents from Bush to Obama also conducted military operations without congressional approval. It comes as the president faces growing scrutiny over his rationale for ordering the attack on Iran. Top officials saying Trump acted on intelligence and insisting that Iran posed an imminent threat. Critics want proof. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt yesterday saying this.
The president had a feeling, again, based on fact, that Iran was going to strike the United States, was going to strike our assets in the region.
Democrats pouncing. Senator Chris Coons saying, quote, the president and his administration keep shifting their rationale for the war. The only thing that has remained consistent is the lack of strategy for how to wage it. That's what happens when you launch a war based on gut feelings. While the war of words plays out, an actual fight broke out during this Senate hearing.
No one wants to fight for Israel!
An anti-war protester identified as 44-year-old Brian McGinnis clashing with police. Montana Senator Tim Sheehy then helping officers remove McGinnis, whose arm appeared to snap. He now faces multiple charges, including assaulting an officer. McGinnis is a U.S. Senate candidate from North Carolina under the Green Party. His website says he's also a Marine veteran. Now, those 3 Capitol Police officers were treated for injuries. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Several major retail stores are set to open in the coming days and weeks. In the local lowdown, we take a look at which ones are opening and when. Ashley Furniture Store is hosting its ribbon cutting at its new location today. The 104-year-old family-owned business moved to a larger showroom on Zach Lentz Parkway. And beauty retailer Ulta is unlocking the doors at a new store on North Navarro at 10 a.m. this Friday. It's part of a larger retail construction project. Burlington is another retailer opening in that shopping center. That store is scheduled to open next Friday, March 13th. And Five Below, a discount gift store, is currently hiring. It's scheduled to open on the north side of town on Friday, March 27th. If you want the lowdown on something in the area, let us know by emailing us at staff@crossroadstoday.com. If you see news happening, let us know. Call the number on your screen to contact our newsroom or email us your tips at staff@crossroadstoday.com. All right, let's get a look at this clock over here. It is just about 6:45 on our Thursday morning. Still to come. Guns become the leading killer of children, but experts say the same approach that reduced car deaths could save lives. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Lewis, our birthday cake winner. To the best dad and Popo, happy 75th birthday. Love you.
Oh, congratulations on that cake and happy birthday, Lewis. And also happy 22nd birthday to Jacoby. I am so proud of you. You are an amazing young man. Love you more than words can say. Happy birthday from Mom, Brother Xavier, and your whole family. We love you.
Happy birthday to Renee. Happy 22nd birthday. Hope you have a great day. Love from Mom and all the family.
Happy birthday, Renee. And also happy birthday to Catalina. Happy 7th birthday, Auntie's baby girl. Have a fantastic day. Can't wait to celebrate your birthday with you. Love you, my little diva, from Auntie Mert.
Happy birthday to Mandy from your daughter who loves you. Mandy, happy birthday. I'll see you later. You know where.
Happy birthday, Mandy. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
And I want to wish, let's see, Nancy and Angel a very happy birthday as well.
Happy birthday, y'all.
It's now 6:46 on our Thursday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday, y'all. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. All right, it's time to talk about the rain that's coming our way this weekend. Not only this weekend, you just saw that 7-day forecast a few moments ago. All the way into next week, y'all, we're looking at some more thunderstorm activity, but not just any regular thunderstorms. We might be dealing with some strong to severe weather, which is why I've put up a possible alert day for both Saturday and next Tuesday, because next Tuesday we're going to have just about the same thing as another system comes out of the Pacific, which you're going to see here in a second. So starting out with the rain this weekend, that's going to come off of low number 1. This is this low pressure system right here spinning counterclockwise over the northern central Rockies. That's going to bring us our rain for this weekend, but the rain coming next week is coming off of low number 2, which is out here still in the middle of the Pacific, spinning counterclockwise right there. So what's going to happen over the next 48 hours, low number 1 right here, it's going to start moving southward over the Rockies, and that's going to split into 2 separate low systems, as you can see right here. And what's going to happen with that split off low, that's going to track northeast into the Great Lakes region, and that will send a weak cool front southward down into Texas, and that frontal boundary is going to be the reason that we have necessary lift in the atmosphere for rain and thunderstorms to form, which you'll see in a second. Now going into next week, that low number 1 is going to park itself right there off the west coast of the Baja Peninsula of Mexico before next week. Low number 2 comes off of the northern Rockies, and low pressure moving east is going to grab this low and move that east as well. And that will send us another front and more storms, possibly strong or severe. Here's this weekend storms. I'm thinking it'll be here late Saturday night into Sunday morning. Right there, some of the storms will be here in the nighttime, but some of them may be strong to severe. Now we have issued officially a level 2 out of 5 slight risk for severe weather this weekend, to which what y'all could expect, the main threats are going to be some damaging winds, definitely heavy rain, which we really need, possibly some small hail. And we'll talk about all of that and more later on Sunrise.
Guns, not cars, are the leading cause of death for American children and teens. Experts say that's a sobering reality and a call for change. With more, here's ABC News' Melissa Adon.
New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows that the leading cause of death in children isn't car accidents or cancer, it's firearms. Since 2019, guns have killed more children and teens than any other cause, and that trend continues today. In 2023 alone, firearm deaths rose by more than 50% compared to just 4 years earlier. Meanwhile, motor vehicle deaths, once the top cause of pediatric deaths, have dropped by nearly half. That's thanks to decades of improved vehicle safety and public health efforts. Experts say the same kind of systems-level approach from policy to prevention could help reverse the number of child gun deaths and save young lives. With this Medical Minute, I'm Melissa Adon.
I'm now joined by Claire Santayana with the Victoria Art Walk and also the Port Lavaca Art Walk. Welcome, Claire.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you and Maria Felix here.
Yes.
And our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
These are beautiful portrayals. And so talk to us about the upcoming art walks. What do we need to know?
Okay, so the one on March 7th is in Port Lavaca on Main Street downtown. And there's going to be live music, live dancing, a theater performance that's an encore performance after called Love Letters, and a mural unveiling and ribbon cutting at 1 p.m.
Okay, and this is the Port Lavaca one. What day is this on?
Saturday, March 7th.
Saturday, March 7th, so right around the corner.
Yes, and it's from 11 to 4, and we're even going to invite the public to paint a little bit on some walls.
And this is really special because Victoria, we have art walks all throughout the year, but this is just a once a year kind of thing for Port Lavaca.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Wow, so that sounds like a lot of fun this weekend, on Saturday, starting at 11.
Mm-hmm.
And where do people gather?
Downtown Port Lavaca on Main Street. And at 2 p.m., they're unveiling the new Artist Cove. So, I mean, a lot of fun things happening at that one.
A lot happening there. And what about our upcoming Victoria Art Walk? When is that set for?
So that is on March 14th, which is the next Saturday, from 4 to 8 p.m. in downtown Victoria. We're back downtown.
You're back downtown.
Yes.
You were at the mall over the summer. We love the mall, but we love y'all downtown.
We're excited. A lot of the artists are excited. We have some live music. There is a mural unveiling at Mitchell School.
Okay.
And that was done by the Nazareth Academy students, and that's going to be at 4:30 p.m. And then we also have a live mural being painted on William Street. So all of that will be in the magazine, explaining everything.
And you do such a great job in the magazine, and you can pick one up at the Crossroads Art House, correct?
Well, we released the magazines at the event. So the Port Lavaca magazine will be released on March 7th at that event. And then the next Saturday will be the VTX magazine. And then after the events, if there's any left over, they go to Art House.
Okay. Well, you do such a great job bringing art, fun, engagement to our communities, uplifting several of our young artists here. I want to say thank you, Claire. We're going to have March 7th on our calendar for Port Lavaca.
Yes.
And March 14th.
And I brought these kind of as a sample to show. This is just Schwa, who is my husband. But so it was easy to grab artwork. But there's so many talented artists that come to these art walks, and Port Lavaca has some special people that don't come to Victoria, and vice versa. We also have some artwork that is like almost museum quality happening from artists that could not be there in person. So they've loaned us their artwork, so we'll have like a little gallery.
It's a lot of fun. Well, thank you, Claire. We'll post everything on our website.
Okay.
And we'll look forward to seeing some artwork, some early Mother's Day gifts.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll be right back after this break. An upcoming road closure will impact drivers. TxDOT will start a full reconstruction of the Briggs Boulevard Bridge on April 6th, and that'll take about 10 months to complete, closing the road during that time. Once it's done, the city will repave Briggs Boulevard and a section of Millette Drive. And now let's get a look at our cloudy sunrise with Parker. Parker, it's our last gasp of clear skies, right?
Yeah, a little bit in the afternoon time, but coming our way this weekend is more cloud cover and the rain, which we desperately need, y'all. So say a prayer, keep your fingers crossed, do whatever you need to do to make sure that the rain does come through, which I'm pretty sure it will. But like Carolina was saying, we're starting out the day with a little bit of a cloudy sunrise, mostly cloudy out there right now with a couple breaks in the clouds. Starting out the day also warm and humid and breezy already. 72 degrees is our current temperature around Victoria County. 3 degrees away from our dew point, making it quite humid, but no fog because we still have that breezy wind out there, which will be picking up later today. We're all actually about the same this morning. Welcome to South Texas, where we're all starting at the day in the low, warm 70s. But today we're going to warm up a little bit more, looking for a high of 80 in Port Lavaca, a little bit more cloud cover happening on the coast. Inland counties are going to look at a little bit more sun in the afternoon time, heating us up more, 83 in Victoria. And tomorrow, get used to that because it's going to be about the same thing before the rain and the storms get here this weekend. And I am so excited.
Parker's going to be singing in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us. Be sure to join Shana, Don, McClivia, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.